Hi, welcome. It's Rob Ragazine here with a new perspectives. I wanted to talk about the hero's journey and Joseph Campbell and Memorial Day. And Joseph Campbell talked a lot about the hero's journey. He says a hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. And think about that. You might want to spend some time journaling about what that might mean for you. It doesn't have to mean that you're in the military or a soldier. It could mean you're a police officer or even someone simply in authority. But it doesn't even have to mean that. It could simply mean how you access the authoritarian power within you or whatever word you use for authority. Now, Memorial Day in the United States is a federal holiday. It's observed on the last Monday of May, and it commemorates the men and women in the U.S. who died while in the military. And it's a time to honor those who stood up and served for what they believed in. It became a holiday in 1971. Originally, it was called Decoration Day, which began really in the Civil War. And it was when the Union POWs who had died in Confederate prison camps were honored. But going back to what Joseph Campbell said, this connects to the hero's journey, which is about a process we all go through in our lives, and we're all at different points at different times. And I'll be talking more about this later. But for now, think of it as a call to action. Our life can change if we undertake the mission or not. We can say, I'm bored, I don't want to do it, and not do it. And sometimes it's the repercussions, if there are any, are small or non existent. Sometimes this is a life crisis. It could be a quarter life crisis, a midlife crisis, because we've been ignoring the outer life call to change in some way. The process is always ongoing, so think of it as sort of a circle. And we're all somewhere on the path, as I said, already. The choice is up to you. The first stage, which is called in Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, the way he's described it, is called the ordinary world. This is when we realize we're bored or suffering or experiencing some sort of anguish. Our life is not enough. We need something else. So, hence the midlife crisis. And people who respond poorly go out and buy the $80,000 red Maserati, or however much it is. It's a substitute for making real and lasting and worthwhile changes. You might simply call this where you feel stuck in the rut and you don't feel like there's any way out. The next stage after this, if you make it through the first stage of actually responding to the call, is the call to adventure. You recognize there's something bigger here, and you're willing to take a step up and say, I'm going to make a change in my life. For the people that are willing to serve, this is joining the military, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be taking a pottery class. It could be taking one giant leap to heal or change something within your life. It really is responding to a call within you, and ideally, that call is something that you feel strongly. It could be small, though. It doesn't have to be something that is hugely life transforming, but ultimately it could be. And this is all really outside of politics, religion, or rules. It's something you feel within yourself. You're called, you honor the call. And whether you're, again, political or patriotic or whatever you want to call it, you still feel the call within you, regardless of your upbringing, political stance, religious beliefs. This is all older and more ancient than that. You might say it's within the archetypes and within the unconscious. So you might want to read up on Joseph Campbell or Carolyn Myss or Carol Pearson and many, many others, all about connecting to the hero's journey, the hero's challenge, and how you could respond ideally and in a way that allows you to make a shift within your life. And since it's Memorial Day, and if you're in the US especially, you might consider what the soldier means to you. What does it signify? Connect to the archetype of the soldier. And what does that mean for you? Where have you needed that, those qualities within yourself? And we'll talk more about this later. Thanks for listening. This has been Rob Ragazine